Now, it was once called a poor man's lobster, was it?
It was, yeah.
This meaty white fish is now at the top of most restaurants' menus.
And it's one of my favourites, but George Stevens from the Mullingar Fish Market is serving up Cajun Monkfish today.
Poor man's lobster.
Poor man's lobster, yeah. The fishermen used to throw it back at one stage. They'd have no market for it at all, so...
Wow.
They used to use it as bait to catch other fish with and stuff like that.
No.
So, yeah.
And now look at it, you're paying a fortune for it in some restaurants.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I know, the irony of it all.
It's top. I just want to start... I need to do this first. Look, I have some couscous here, so I have some boiling water, and I'm just going to put that into the couscous here. So you're just putting in a little bit more boiling water than what you have in what is there in the amount of couscous, and we're just going to cover that, and we'll come back to that then in 5 minutes.
Is that how you do it? You just leave it like that?
That's it. Leave it there. Just let it absorb. Let the grains absorb the water, and then the secret with couscous is you want to flavour it afterwards. So it's very bland the way it is by itself. Then you want to add your herbs, your oils, your
everything else to make it a bit.
Yeah.
I do like it in restaurants, but I never make it at home.
Yeah.
No, I just make the packet ones, but then I'm so lazy when it comes to cooking. But I'm really looking forward to the monkfish segment because I do, you know, we were laughing kind of jokingly about the fact that it's so expensive in restaurants, but we'll be able to do this at home now for half the price.
Absolutely,
Is monkfish an expensive fish to buy?
It can be, yeah. I suppose it is. Look, it is one of the top range of fish, so you're going to be probably paying £7 a portion for it. So,
okay.
Right.
You know, like...
And what would cod be then?
I suppose cod, you'd be looking at £3.50, £4.
Okay,
so it's double the price. But look at it. Look, if you look at it, we'll say if you were buying a fillet steak, you could pay up to a tenner for a fillet steak.
Yeah,
more,
but it's coming up to the weekend, so you know what I mean? Something like this
Treat
now
yourself.
you could get. Treat yourself.
So the monkfish is a lovely, nice, white, meaty piece of fish. You know, there's no bones in it. It's really kind of meaty and versatile. It takes big flavours very easily. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to cut it into little kind of medallions. I don't want it really... Obviously, we want to cook it quickly here today. And I do find like this when I do it, it cooks so much quicker as well. And, you know it's cooked properly. You know it's cooked through. Whereas if you try and fry a big lump like that, you know, you'd be wondering, is it cooked?
I'm always terrified, and I know you shouldn't be, but I'm always like, oh, is that now cooked? Because I'm not sure whether it's cooked or not.
I know, I hear you. Chicken being the weirdest kind of culprit. But no, I think this is just so delicate in terms of its flavour, isn't it, monkfish?
Absolutely, yeah. It's like, what I'm putting on there now is nice Cajun spice and a little bit of olive oil onto it. And we're just going to toss that around in it for a second. And I'm just going to fry that now. And literally,
is that basically it?
That's really it. That's what we're doing to give it...
Cajun seasoning over it.
Cajun seasoning over it, and then just get our monkfish down. We'll flatten it down in the pan and we'll just fry that there for about 2 minutes either side, really. That'll be it. We'll get the heat into it. I'll add some cream in a few minutes and that'll just boil in through it and finish it off nicely, you know?
OK.
So, I just want to turn the heat up ever so slightly on that.
I think what's interesting about cooking fish at home is that, you know, there's no guilt with it. I think it's just like, because we spend so much in a restaurant, it's like, well, let's just enjoy it at home.
Is there any way you can stop the smell in the house then after
Well, if it's good
fish?
and fresh, Alan...
I know, but even when it's fresh, but there's always a fish smell in the house.
I suppose there is. Look at it. It's fish in the end of the day. If there's a strong, bad fishy smell, it's old fish.
It's old fish.
No.
Oh, really?
Go
Oh,
somewhere
my
else
God,
to buy
you know
your
what?
fish.
I'm always getting given out to by Richard. Like, it pongs the house.
Yeah.
He's
You're
always...
buying old fish, dear.
He's always like, I'm even cooking fish. No, because it gets into your hair and your clothes and stuff, doesn't it? But anyway, that's by the by.
You know, like some people will cook it in the oven in tin foil and things like that. But
see, I do that as well to try and stop the smell of it.
But generally, like if you cook it, you know, and I suppose if you cook it with nice flavours and stuff, you'll also get the smell of the garlic and the herbs and so on, and everything else like that. And then...
well, you've some vegetables just frying away in the pan here.
I've some sauté and just some peppers and some courgettes there. I'm just going to soften them. So they're going to go in with our couscous afterwards. They're going to be
they're going to be part of the couscous.
With our couscous, yeah.
Okay.
So, it smells so good.
Yeah.
That Cajun spices are floating over my way.
And I have nice little baby carrots here I got them yesterday.
Oh, they're
and
cute.
I just blanched them in a little bit of boiling water last night, so they're already cooked. So I'm just heating them through.
OK. I was wondering, I was going to say, well, how you cook carrots in a pan
so basically
like
I just put them into a pot of boiling water for 2 minutes, then cool them down, and that was it, I done a small, obviously this prep here last night, and...
yeah, see, there is a bit of prep in this, isn't there, when you're doing
There is, but it's all
that?
simple prep as well, Alan, you know, it's like... cutting a few things up.
I know this is kind of a cheaty question, but if you didn't have time to go to the fresh fish market, which some people don't, you know, could you go to the freezer, maybe your local, you know, department store?
You could. Look, there's plenty of. I wouldn't go frozen. Like I always think frozen fish is more for fish fingers or, you know, the kind of breaded cod, this kind of stuff.
So the local supermarkets don't...
Supermarkets, you can go to the local supermarkets. If you're going to your local supermarket, monkfish can be sometimes hard to get. But if they have it there, make sure that they take the skin off the back of it. There's actually a skin on the back of monkfish. You wouldn't see it. It doesn't look like a normal skin. Yeah. It's a sinew, and it needs to come off, because if it doesn't come off, your monkfish is going to be tough. And there's nothing worse than...
You have places like Dunn's now around the country, and they have actually fishmongers now in the store.
Yeah, absolutely. There's some great fishmongers. I've met a good few of them. They have dedicated fishmongers in the big stores, like it. So... And they've great counters as well.
And they're very knowledgeable, because sometimes me with my no skills of cooking, but anyway, you know, when you're asking people, I actually not video record them, that sounds very dodgy. I voice...
Well, you asked them a question and you video them.
Obviously, I asked them beforehand.
You don't.
I did it with my butcher for Christmas dinner.
Absolutely asked them,
and he gave you all the details of what you should do.
I voice noted, so I said, do you mind
and then you followed the instructions?
On Christmas Day, I was following all the instructions.
All right, that's allowed.
Now, what I put in here is some cream to just absorb the Cajun spices. I put in some dill, some chives and parsley, and now we're going to go to our couscous. So I'd say it's about maybe 5 minutes since we were with our couscous last. So with this, we just want to flake it up. So we're going to separate the grains, and then I want to add in a knob of butter. I want to add in a few tomatoes.
Lovely.
I have our hot vegetables here to add into it. I want to add in some herbs, same as the other, some dill, some chives, a little bit of parsley, and we're going to mix that all up. Now, keep it simple, keep it tasty.
Doesn't it? Yeah.
Now, and a little bit of fresh lemon juice into this as well, just to bring out the zing with it.
This looks like a great...
Whoa, there's
the lemon gone flying.
Hoopla. That looks like a great side dish, to be honest.
Absolutely, yeah, to go well with everything. Like, that's what we like, something really quick in the evening time to get it in. So we'll just get our couscous onto our plate. My wife bought me a lovely scallop shell plate here a few weeks ago.
That's a nice
There you go.
We'll pop that there. Now we'll get our nice bit of monkfish on.
But I think what's great about, you know, making fish, even for me, learning today, is how to do it and what not to do it, not to buy frozen, try different things, you know. Not to be afraid of it, I suppose.
Not to be afraid of it.
That's the other thing, isn't it?
Sure, it's really simple cookery here that we're doing, you know, but really tasty as well. Like, what I always like to do is try and do really nice, tasty stuff, but keep it simple.
Are you going to pour that cream? I was like, oh, you'd have to pour that cream sauce over.
Absolutely.
Do you know, that could be great, just, as you said, just at home on a Friday night, whatever, and have a glass of wine with that.
Absolutely.
Or you could make it for your friends. You know, that's easy to make, and it's healthy.
Yeah. It'd be lovely for a lunch dish, you know, if you had a few over for lunch.
That looks delicious.
See, now, I know my pals would be totally impressed with that if they saw that coming out. Yeah.
Would you be able to cook that?
Right now, yes.
Absolutely. I'm sure you can take over from me here and do the same.
As long as I voice record you or play back the segment. I need you on standby while I'm cooking. But no, it's good. It looks really delicious. Are you going to try?
I'm going to try a piece, yeah.
Yeah, just to see. I do love monkfish. And I think I spent, how much is monkfish in restaurants? 24 quid?
Oh, and the rest.
Easily,
and the rest. Is it more?
Yeah, it'd be 27, 28 and some of them.
And this is what, €7?
Well, not even. What you have there, I've only given you probably about €3.50 worth of monkfish.
No, man, that's gorgeous.
Yeah.
So,
best job in the world.
Oh, I love the couscous. Whoa, there's a kick off the couscous.
Yeah, there is.
Oh, no, maybe it's occasion on the spice. It's occasion on the...
Honestly, that was really good. I'm saying that to everyone at home.
That's very nice.
That's really tasty.
George, thank you very much.
Million, guys.
Good to see you. I haven't seen you in
it's a year since we've seen each other.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's great to be back again.
You're very welcome back.